Yeah. Nah, so I let this little bitch convince me to put some fucking. She's like, I'm gonna do some dots on your fingers, right? And I seen some other cousins, they had dots on their fingers, right? So that's fucking cool. You know, if I would have known it was a fucking gang initiation, I would have beat the shit out of her. Fucking ruined my life, Linda. Fucking bitch. You know, yeah, so I started out with dots on my fingers, and now when I'm naked, it looks like I got a turtleneck sweater with assless chaps. Give you the idea of the type of coverage I got. But there's worse things I think I could have gotten all into, right? I could have been like Cokehead Charlie or something. Instead of telling you guys jokes right now, I'd have been out there stealing your catalytic converter. You know? We ain't gotta worry about that shit though. I know most of you guys are looking at me like, is this dude a fucking tattoo artist? And you know, because when people look at me, they assume I do tattoos or I've been to prison. It's prison. I don't do tattoos. You know, and when I tell people I've been in prison, the first thing they want to know is like, what'd you do, right? Like, even if they don't say it, you kind of see in their eyes, you know, this dude fucking is a creep, PDF, how you guys call them nowadays. In prison, we call those guys chomos, which is short for child molester. But it doesn't really make sense, right? Because there's no O in child, so it should be like Chimo or Chimo or some Pokemon shit. Which those guys kind of are, because you got to catch them all, right? Fuck chomos. Yeah. Giovanni, he did like a little rant. In prison, they have a chant for chomos. If one walks on a tier, like someone will yell out like, "God hates chomos," and everybody else will be like, "All the time," like all the time. God hates chomos, right? Just in case one ever moves into your neighborhood, you can greet him like he was greeted in prison. And then you gotta stab him. Just can't have fucking those guys in general population. Me, I am not a chomo. When I was 21, I robbed a bank. Took the cops on a high-speed chase, shut down to 680, San Jose 2006. I don't know how to make that shit funny. I just want to reassure the ladies I'm not gonna rape you. You know? But I'm from Stockton, so I might fucking rob you. See me outside. Just give it up. Nah, I've been out of prison for 9 years now. Recently acquired me a white girl. I got a little white baby. He's running around here. I don't know if you guys seen him. You know, I feel like I'm fully integrated back to society now. You know, one of the fucking good ones. And you know, since I got with a white girl, I've been experiencing white privilege by proxy, right? You know, before I used to have to go through the motions. I get pulled over. You know, you rob one bank, all of a sudden you're a fucking threat to society and shit. So, you know, when I get pulled over, it's like step on the car. You got any weapons on you and all that shit. You know, the other day I got pulled over 70 to 30. Cop came into the window, he looked at me, looked at my girl, my little baby. I was like, you have a good day, sir. I was like, this boy, can you ask me if I got weapons? I shot his bitch ass. Nah, wanted in Texas. Yeah, like I said, I've been out of prison for a while. I was in prison for 12 years. People always ask me like weird questions, like, you know, you were in there for so long, you ever do any butt stuff? And so I didn't do any gay shit, right? Nothing, no diddy. But did I put stuff in my butt in prison? They call that hooping. And yes, I've hooped many a thing. And the thing about hooping stuff is like, no matter how good you wrap it, always gonna smell like shit. You know? Like gang members had the little kites they pass back and forth, and fucking, I was in there for 12 years, so you know, you start to learn like whose ass it came out. You know, some people smell worse than others. You get a kite under your door, you bust that shit open, like, oh, that's fucking Dreamer, right? Now you gotta fucking, you're writing Dreamer and kinda like, hey bro, you write your fucking kites, you know you fucking stink, dude. And drink some water. Something wrong with you. You know, and if you do drugs in prison, you got super bad. Like imagine snorting a shitty line of cocaine. Fucking shit drip down your throat all day. You would think it would be a deterrent to not do drugs in prison, but it's not. You know, I've had the shit drip. Cocaine is hell of a drug. You know, other questions I get, like, what tattoo hurt the most? You know, I got pretty much all my body tattooed, and I got some pretty crazy places. I got my eyelids, my toes, my feet. But the most painful spot was the dickhead. Dickhead. Small head. Kind of small head. It's big. Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to get a smiley face, but I did it. And like I said, I never did no gay shit in prison, so like I held it, I like squeeze it, you know, try to keep it from crawling back in my stomach. They put the needle, I was like, it's cool, bro, I'll wipe it, don't trip. So, you know, there was nothing real sexual about it. It was a little weird when he kissed it after though. But he told me that's just what you do in prison. That's what you do in prison, you know? Yeah. Let me see. I started. That's why I started getting all these tattoos, right? That was the beginning of my tattoo journey. So many kisses. Yeah. Let's see. All right. I got my left leg is dedicated to the Marvel universe. This is pretty gay. It's probably the gayest thing I did in prison. So I got the Guardians of the Galaxy tattooed on my upper thigh, right? And I don't know why I thought like it was a good idea to get Star-Lord tattooed without his mask on.